everything is gonna be exponential growth. We're gonna make billions of dollars.
Exactly.
And then we're gonna make our own country.
Anthony came to me a while ago with the idea of hosting a podcast, and I was like, okay, that sounds good to me, but like, what should we talk about? And he's like, I don't know, we just talk about like high school stuff. So I was like, okay, sure. And so we got me, James, Anthony in the podcast talking about high school stuff. Hope you enjoy. Gang. This was Anthony's idea, actually. This was not my idea.
It was both of our ideas.
It was both of our ideas. And then we got James because he's our very special guest.
I got kidnapped here.
Yeah. Me and James were already friends in elementary school. I've known him since second grade through a mutual friend. And then I met Anthony. Bro, the Soviet Onion. The Soviet Onion is how we met.
Yeah,
Soviet Onion lore is crazy.
Okay. So in like 6th grade, we were all stupid. And we thought we were so funny talking about like the Soviet Union and like, oh, communism, oh, like T-pose. So we started this thing called the Soviet Onion, and it was like an actual cult. Like we had a whole
we started a cult in middle school.
Yeah, we had like a whole army. Like we had an armed forces and like a government and stuff. That's how Bogdan and I met.
Yeah.
And then I met James through Bogdan.
Yeah.
And we had a little fallout in 7th grade because of COVID, and like we just weren't really able to talk.
Yeah.
And 8th grade, in our English class with Miss Casey, shout out to Miss Casey.
Shout out to Miss Casey.
Probably one of like the weirdest English teachers I met, but she was cool.
Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah, we reunited in that class. So
Band was crazy.
Band was crazy in middle school because
our first 2 years, our band director was like, we all thought he was mean, and we all thought he was like the worst dude ever. And then we got, and then we got this like new guy. And then he sucked even more, but he sucked in a different way. Like,
he wasn't like meaner. He was just like worse.
Bro,
like
Mr. Chilton wasn't like.
Yeah, he was like a bad teacher. Like
Yeah.
he knew exactly what he was doing, but he was like a little strange and strict. Like he was a good strict, you know.
Yeah.
And like every time he wore like a thin shirt, you could see his like nipples through his shirt.
Bro, you're actually obsessed.
He did
with
not.
People, you're obsessed when people's nipples poke through your shirt.
Okay.
You talk about that
for
like,
Mr. T, Mr. Ozzy. Yeah, because it's just like when you see someone and like their nipples are poking out their shirt, like you gotta like acknowledge it to somebody, you know, like but like he tried to act mad, and then he stood like he had a hunchback from Notre Dame.
Yeah, he tried to act like really serious and stuff.
Yeah, and then but like I couldn't.
Took him seriously.
Yeah, because you could see the nipples through his shirt. Like if I can see that while you're yelling at me, like I don't know if I'm gonna listen to you that well.
Speaking of one time he was yelling at us, remember the like low bass the low brass sectional where he was like telling us about his life. He's like, if you guys don't do good at UIL, I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna lose my house. I won't be able to pay my bills for my mortgage. My girlfriend's gonna break up with me, and like I'm gonna lose my job, and it's all gonna be your fault. And that was at like 6 a.m, and we were all just like, what? Like, like I remember looking at you and we were almost like dying laughing because we were like, what is happening right now?
This one time he was like trauma dumping or whatever, and then he was talking about his girlfriend and how like he really wanted to marry her, but her parents don't like him, so they said no. So he doesn't have their blessing, so he can't marry her. So
I wonder if they ever eventually said yes. Like we haven't talked.
no, they're still not married.
They're still not married, bro. But like middle school was pretty chill. Like I would say overall, like we all enjoyed middle school. Like it's definitely
Yeah, a lot of people say they don't like middle
like
school.
I look back on middle school fondly. Like
and especially 8th grade. 8th grade.
yeah,
was really
no
fun
eighth grade
because
was peak.
At
Eighth
that
grade was
point,
absolute peak.
none of the teachers really cared, or at least at our school, none of the teachers really cared.
They still taught though.
I mean,
They taught, but like they weren't like
They were like chill. They were.
Yeah, they were like chill. They were like, guys, you can do the work. If you do the work, you get 100 in this class. Like it's so easy.
Yeah, and like the sports, it was just like there wasn't enough pressure on you yet to where like you had to feel like you had to perform well, and like nobody really cared a whole lot. And at the time, I've like hated that nobody cared, but like now I'm just like, wow, I'm like glad nobody cared.
Okay.
Like track season, there was no track practice. We literally had to like get up at like 7 o'clock ourselves and then just like meet up to do like some track practice.
Is that real?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I wouldn't. Okay, so like I didn't do athletics in middle school because I was a little freaking nerd, and I wanted to do swim instead, and they didn't have swim in my middle school, obviously. But like swim was the worst mistake of my life. Do not join swim. Don't join water polo. So I think that's a good segue into high school.
People say they don't like middle school is only because they've experienced high school. High school, you get like a lot more freedom and you're with a lot more people. We had really cool AP teachers.
Oh yeah. a HCAT video in the background right now. They were in the same period and taught by 2 different teachers. So you'd have like 2 teachers that were also like best friends and maybe lesbian in a secret relationship, okay? And so like
One's married.
like one's married. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, I feel like the class split was like 75% like HCAP and then 25% ELA.
Yeah, there's like no ELA.
There was literally like no English and almost every English assignment I feel like piggybacked off of something in HCAP
honestly,
other than
that
like
helped a
poetry or
lot.
something. Yeah, I did. Cause like you could relate it easier, so it's not that bad. That class was fun. We all took that class.
We had like this like cool 9th grade center where we got to like transition from high school to middle school.
It was basically like a mini middle school.
Yeah,
Like, it
so
was literally pretty much as big as our middle
so it was just all our middle schools, all like the 3 middle schools that feed into our high school, like in one freshman building, and that was really fun.
That was honestly fun.
That was really fun.
You know our high school campus is bigger than some like college or university.
Yeah, I know. Our high school's huge.
It's one of the biggest in Texas, right? Like well known, right?
But going back to our age gap, our teachers were like, they were kind of weird. Like they had huge personalities. Yeah, I remember like April or May. So like end of the year. Our English teacher, or no, our humanities teacher, whatever. Okay, yeah, she was giving us our review for the AP test, and then she just randomly went on a rant about like Taylor Swift. And she was calling her like a whore and like a slut and stuff. It was insane. And like
I did not hear
like every girl now is like a Swiftie or whatever. So like half the class was just like staring at each other and like giving her like the dirtiest looks ever. Like I honestly thought like people were gonna start fighting her. It was crazy. These teachers were so random. They just said whatever was on their mind.
Bro, Miss Monty's class.
Oh my.
Geometry.
Okay, I sucked at geometry
Bro,
and
he failed geometry.
I
failed geometry.
I went to tutorials every single day for like the last like month or 2 of the semester, and I still failed. Like I went to tutorials on days where she didn't even have tutorials.
Like he scheduled the tutorials with her just to
Not
fail the class.
No. One day I just straight up showed up. I was just waiting outside of her class, and she was like, "Oh, are you here for tutorials?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, I don't have any today." I was like, "Can I still go in?" She's like, "Yeah." Man, I don't know how I felt that. I felt it with a 68.9.
But she rounded him
But
up.
yeah, she rounded me up to 70 because she like saw how hard I was working. I don't know what didn't click in my little brain, bro. Like, but I just could not understand geometry.
We have chemistry, so.
Yeah,
Like all 3 of us have chemistry. Bro, thank God whoever made our schedules put all the 3 of us in the same chemistry.
okay. Well, no, I hate whoever made my schedule. I have
That's
I have World History AP, Algebra 2 honors, and Chemistry honors in the
all the
same
same
semester. It's gonna suck. I already suck at math.
You got 2 math classes.
Yeah,
chemistry
chemistry
is
is
a lot of
basically
math.
math.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna die.
Bro, imagine you get like the chemistry formulas and like the algebra formulas mixed up, bro. Like sports in freshman year are kind of mid because usually like you're on the freshman team or like the C team or whatever, but not for water polo because it like our coach doesn't cut anyone. Like you go to tryouts and if you're good enough to be on varsity, he puts you on varsity, and if you're not good, you just don't get playtime and you get put in the JV period, which is like It's an interesting way to do it, but it's also because swim and water polo is really small compared to other sports. Like we have literally our own little island, I would call it, because like so much drama and stuff happens within the swim team that I legally cannot talk about. Like I signed a contract legally saying I can't talk about it, but like so much drama and stuff happens like over there because it's like so disconnected and so like different. I guess I don't know how to explain it because like if like football drama happens, like pretty much the whole school knows about it. Like if two guys are brawling. Yeah. Or whatever in the locker room, like everyone's like, "Yo, these 2 people had a fight." In water polo, like I don't know. I remember when I slapped Brayden, and like his whole nose swelled up. Like everyone was like, "Brayden, are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah." They're like, "What happened?" Bogdan slapped me. Like, oh, like I don't know.
Aren't you like known for slapping people now?
Yeah, I have. It's like the Romanian slap. Like, bro, senior year, I'm about to go. Okay, I was about to say I'm about to go crazy on the freshmen, but it's not like that. I'm gonna discipline the freshmen, just like my seniors did. We only had like 2 seniors in swim last year, and one of them was injured, so like didn't even show up, and then the other one was just chill.
Yeah, football we had like freshman teams and stuff.
Yeah, football's mid.
All right,
Frick football.
You do swim.
I do water polo is actually one of the hardest sports in the world, if not the hardest.
Football, okay. I think all like high school sports, especially, like you really have to depend on how good your coaches are, like in the sense that like your passion for the sport. like I was really passionate about football freshman year, and then going into sophomore year, I was pretty pumped, and then like I don't know what happened, but the coaches just like they just started sucking. Like we just got like a ton of new coaches. Like 2 of them are like ex-Marines, so they like take like everything super seriously, and they make us like do like an attendance stance and everything. Like, bro, I'm a sophomore. Like I just want to hit some dude and then like score like a touchdown or something. Like I don't want to like do this off season of like military training. Like I don't care that much. Yeah, I mean your coach is also like depressed. Like that's what I'm saying.
He's like very moody. I wouldn't say he's depressed. He's just very moody. Like I don't mean to like hate on him or anything. I'm not trying to like cause more drama than has already happened. But like he's just very moody. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just me and I'm going crazy. But like he just kind of acts how he feels like it.
I think we should start going into 10th grade. We're already kind of going into 10th grade.
Yeah.
And like 9th grade was just full of like
9th grade was fun. It was full of like that excitement, that wonder that you get, kind of like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is something new, like brand new stuff, new people to meet, like new stuff to do, like
new girls. He's
why?
legally not allowed to talk
I'm
about
literally
that.
not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, 9th grade was full of girl drama
It was full of
the whole-
questionable decisions and
for the whole
things that
group.
happen.
Not just for
for
me
yeah.
and him, but like for the
Yeah,
whole
you're
group.
not like innocent either, buddy.
What?
But you know, that's
That's just
like
how you learn stuff.
Freshman year in like high school is where
Yeah.
like, I feel like that's where
It's
people-
where you mess around and find out.
That's besides the point. I know.
That is besides the
I
point.
bet you can probably relate.
I
to
can
that
definitely
too.
relate to that a
Yeah.
lot more.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
kinda-
not going to talk about it because I legally can't.
Yeah, I like
So
we-
stupid,
you kinda
bro.
learn, like,
What?
that.
No, because like I can't. Stop, bro. I don't want to go through that again, bro. I do not want to sit in the office for like 2 days basically and talk about how I really don't like this person, and then they're like, "Why don't you like them?" And I'm like, "Because they're really stupid." And they're like, "Oh, okay, makes sense." And then I, like, you're so dumb. But I blew up their bathroom in revenge. But that's 100% real story. Like, I told the story to James in that video. But like, I went to lunch. And then I went to my third period. I had a presentation. And so I was mid-presentation. I got 100 on the presentation, by the way. But like, so I was mid-presentation about this book I read. And out the corner of my eye, I see the door open. And one of the assistant principals walks in. I'm like, I'm dead. I'm literally dead. And so like, I'm already a little bit nervous from the presentation. You know, it's like those jitters, that excitement, whatever. And I started like quaking, bro. I started like seriously. I turn into like a nicotine fiend or something, bro. Like I get so shaky and I get so nervous. And I finish the presentation and all that. And then I like, as soon as I'm done, the AP just like looks at me. He's like, "Come here, buddy." And so at that point, I gave up. And then I sat in the office for 2 hours, and then they interrogated me, and then they interrogated me some more, and then I went home and cried. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I
remember I
went to
saw you in the
yeah,
office.
yeah.
I was going to lunch and I saw him in the office. I was like, "What is he doing there?"
Yeah, no.
He just gave me like a blank stare. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, no, I was being held hostage in there. Bro, I was listening to like the 2 office aides talk about like college applications. I'm like, bro, I just want to go poo. Like, I had to go so bad. And then I did. And it was stinky. But that's besides the point.
High school, like you really gain you gain a lot of like.
I mean, we're on the like real campus now, like with all the juniors and seniors. Yeah. So
I think you gain a lot of self-respect in high school. I
You
mean,
gain-
not like really. Like I don't know. It depends on who you are as a person.
I think you obviously you build character, you find out who you really are. But like in all actuality, like I feel like you do. Like you learn a lot about like the world, and you learn a lot about yourself and other people.
Yeah.
And how they all like interact and stuff.
You know, okay, actually, if we're going to talk about first half sophomore year, okay, so you always hear about like drugs and like weed and all that stuff, and then you're like, huh, okay,
Like, yeah, obviously, I'm not gonna do that.
nobody I know is gonna get into that. Like I haven't ever seen it, and then like you freshman year, you like hear about it, and you're like, okay, like there's just like 2, 3, you know, maybe a little bit more like dumb people. Then you go into the main campus and like
Main campus,
you can't go anywhere without it smelling like weed. It is actually crazy,
Like,
and
every
weed's
single
illegal.
bathroom- Every single bathroom, there's someone hitting the Benjamin, bro.
Yeah, or like hitting like a vape or just yeah, and then like sophomore year, I know for like a lot of high schools, like freshman years when people start partying, but like for our school, like sophomore year is when people start partying. But I've gone to one or two parties recently. I never did anything, but like just like seeing. Okay, that's what get me arrested. But like after like seeing people like smoking and like vaping and drinking alcohol and stuff, you just get like unless you really enjoy that stuff, you just get like a really like weird like feeling. Just seeing people that you know and like you've known for a long time doing that stuff is just like it's like life yeah, it's like life changing, honestly. Like I feel really different. Like I feel like
really sheltered to the drug and stuff.
Yeah.
I grew up on this. No, not like that. Like I was. What I'm trying to say is like it's really like eye opening when you like watch people.
Yeah,
do it
you
and
can
see people.
you can hear about it all you want, and it won't really change you. But like when you actually see it, then you like see the effects of it, then you're like, wow, like this is something I really shouldn't get into. And yeah, like that was probably one of the biggest things I took away from first half sophomore year.
It's like crazy. Like
Yeah, it is.
Parties start being like a huge thing that you hear about, like people like having sex in like cars and all that. There's this dude in the football period who like skips football sometimes to like go to his car, smoke weed, and like have sex with his girlfriend. It's actually crazy.
That is actually crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Like I just feel like we've been like really like.
This is where like you really like see stuff. Like you hear it all your life and then you actually like see it happen.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
That's why you gotta like teach them young. You know, like don't do this, don't do that. I guess some people just didn't have that when they were growing up.
It's really sad seeing people like get into that.
Yeah, especially like people you know, people you trusted, like people like you thought you knew. But you literally like I walked into the bathroom after school ended one time and there's 3 guys like all circled around a pen. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Like even people
Like in the bathroom after school, like you literally could not wait till you got home.
Like just wait. Like I don't want to see that. I don't want to smell that. Like
exactly
at 8 a.m., bro. Like.
What was I saying?
You're talking about band and how sad it is.
Sad. It's only sad for some people.
It's actually depressed. Like I get you meet a bunch of people and
Like
you meet a bunch of friends and stuff like that. But
most people are only there for like experiences, and then there's like a little bit of people that want to do music and then get into like college. What?
Yeah, no, keep going.
Am I too close again?
No, you're good.
Bro.
No, you're good.
What happened?
Nothing.
Bro, we're.
What do you?
I don't know.
This is what band does to a person.
Bro, I didn't do anything.
Everything, bro. They start getting like. Well, yeah, our high school is also like nationally known for its band.
Yeah. Okay. So there's this like period
That I've heard of like during the summer. It's like the last week of summer where like all the band kids meet up at the school. Like it's like a formal like band event, and you guys are there for like 15 hours. For like the last week of like summer, where you guys are like practicing.
Yeah, the marchathon or whatever. Right?
Yeah, it's like
You guys are out there from like 7 a.m. to like 7 p.m.
No, it's like 7 a.m. to like 9 p.m. Like it's insane.
You're just like always there, kind of.
Yeah, and like
Bro does not have a lot. Like it is impossible to hang out with James in the summer after like July.
Yeah.
Like the second half of July. Like
the first half of school, it's just all band. Like I'm always at school because of
we literally
Yeah.
never got to hang out.
yeah, I don't understand people enjoy that. I can't.
for us to get third place.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not dedicated enough to really like.
I just don't have the motivation.
And yeah, I don't.
Regardless of like motivation, discipline, like I don't know. I can't see myself enjoying something that much.
Especially in high school, like it's never
literally
really
like
that
a
serious.
commitment. Like and I feel like that's what you're talking about, like your football coaches and like my swim coach and like band. Like it's not like I get a lot of people like use high school to like build their future and stuff like that, but like sometimes that's not what you want to do with the things you do in high school. Like you just do it for fun. You want it because you want the experience and you want like the memories and stuff like that. You want to meet the people in it and like create like bonds and stuff. Like you don't want it to be your entire future. And I feel like that's what a lot of like people are missing, or like a lot of those boomers. What the boomer like all the adults are missing, like all the coaches and stuff, is like I feel like when they were younger, like they were pretty much set on a path. I don't know. I can't like really speak from experience. It's not like I asked them about it, but like I feel like they were like basically like either forced by their parents or like forced by some other like cultural norms or like something like that to like do one thing. Like you have to do this one thing and you can't like switch from it. I feel like that's like kind of what they're telling us now. Maybe I'm just like talking out my ass and I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's kind of what.
You're definitely right. There's a lot of like pressure on high schoolers, even before you're trying to choose a college.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on high schoolers just like in high school for no reason. Like we're still 15, 16,
Yeah, we're
17.
like you realize like we're not like I don't know, it's
and like okay, so the one thing
I used to say like defend like the coaches and stuff was like this is their job. Okay, this is like their whole careers. Like they're supposed to take it seriously, but at the same time you're dealing with kids and like teenagers.
like at the end of the day, we are kids. We are like stupid little dumb brain babies that don't really know anything about the world. I don't mean that as like an insult, but like I'm being truthful to like myself.
Yeah.
Right now. This is like a admittance of dumb.
And then like the idol like people like idolize going to college and like doing like the sport or
Not that
whatever.
there's like anything wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but like then that puts way too much pressure on them to like perform well, and if they don't perform to like the high standard that's given to them, like if you're not like Christian McCaffrey in 8th grade, then you're a failure type stuff. Like it's really sad, and I like the high school always like makes us watch videos about it. Like the videos don't do anything. Like you have to actually like change. Like you can't.
Like,
just
I still don't know what I want to do in college. Like, personally, like, there's a bunch of stuff I'm interested in, like, obviously content creation and, like, editing and stuff like that. And, like, but I just like creating things. Like, I like creating things and, like, being creative and, like, making other people, like, feel happy, feel good, like, fixing their problems. So, like, I don't know. There's, like, a bunch of different careers that apply to that. But I feel like if I like, settled on one path, like, I think that's what I'm scared of. Like, if I'm set on one path, and I like invest a bunch of time, resources, money into it, and then I like hear about this one thing. I'm like, oh, I'll try that because why not? And then I end up liking it more, and I'm just like, I just wasted all that time and money and resources into this thing that I'm about to drop for this thing. And I feel like maybe that's just like the pursuit of like always wanting more and always wanting to have more stuff, like do more stuff, be better. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean, this is so talked about now. I feel like. But the school system is so bad. Actually,
yeah.
it is actually terrible.
I don't know.
Like we go to school for 8 hours, like sometimes even more for extracurriculars or whatever, and then sometimes we have to do like even more like homework and stuff. Like
I'm not trying to do that.
Like not even like because I'm lazy, but just because it's stuff that I'm not gonna use because that's just not the career path I want to take. And
like obviously like everyone says that like, oh, I'm not gonna use Pythagorean theorem in the freaking I don't know, whatever you do. Or, like, I'm not going to use Pythagorean theorem, like, in 20 years or whatever. Like, why do I need to know this? Like, we don't know either. Like, we're just supposed to teach it. Like,
yeah, like, to a certain point, like, the four cores, history, English, math, and science, they're important. And I think history and English are really, really important.
yeah.
But, like, I suck at math. Like we just said. I failed geometry in algebra 1. Like I got like my lowest grade at that time, which was an 82, and like I just don't see myself doing stuff with like algebra 2 or even like geometry. Like
it's just not your thing.
There's so much stuff you learn in geometry where it's just like unless you work in like construction
or
and
like
even not even that or yeah if you're like a teacher like a mathematician or whatever, I'm not gonna use that, and I hate that I'm forced.
Like, bro, I'm never gonna use like postulates or theorems. In all fairness, like in all honesty, like if I ever do, I'm literally gonna go like to Miss Monty's classroom and freaking like go kiss her on the lip. No, I'm kidding. But like I don't know, I'm gonna do something outrageous, bro. You're gonna hear about it on the news if I ever have to use freaking right angle postulate theorem or whatever. I don't even remember because it's so dumb and so stupid. I like forget it all. And I feel like that's another thing about school is like basically what it's teaching you to do is like learn a bunch of stuff, memorize a bunch of stuff. Like memorizing and learning are different, but like in some cases it's like memorization, like formulas and like facts and like different rules about how like things interact. And then on the other part's like learning and it's like your knowledge and like just about things and how you apply that and like the skills you build to like, what am I trying to say? Like building the skills to like explain the knowledge. That I don't know why I'm lacking in skills. I guess I don't know. I don't even know what I was talking about. But like that's the thing. Like school's dumb. It's making you forget stuff. I have Alzheimer's at 16. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, like I just don't like being forced to learn about subjects I'm not going to use, and a lot of people say like, oh, like math is for problem solving. Like all these subjects like are to help you learn your problem solving, to help you get smarter or whatever. Okay, like most of it is memorization. 1, 2, like it all leaves my brain after I leave the class or just like I'm done with the semester. And like 3, there are so many other ways
You could teach problem solving.
Yeah, like
Especially problem solving. Like it's so okay. I took this one course. It wasn't a course. It was like a nerd camp basically over the summer. It was 1 week. It was called Duke Tip. They don't really do it anymore. It's like all online now because of COVID, which is so dumb because it was actually like one of the best experiences I've had in my life. It was basically college for like middle school kids. Like, and you signed, like, you picked whatever, like, when you signed up for it, you're like, okay, you can learn about this, or this, whatever interests you, and they give you, like, a detailed description about everything, like, in this course, you learn about this, and this. And so, it was actually weird. It was the year before COVID, right? Mm-hmm. And, like, the whole theme of the camp was about a virus outbreak. Which was, like, conspiracy confirmed, or whatever, but, like, I don't know, it was weird.
Duke Tip is behind.
Duke Tip actually caused coronavirus, not clickbait. Whatever, but like yeah, and you like picked what you learned about, and that was honestly like the best week of my life. Like so you basically wake up, you go have breakfast, and then you go to a class for about 4 hours, right? But like it's actually interesting. It's actually like interesting stuff that based on what you picked is like interesting to you, and like you do like cool projects and stuff. You like build models. You like work on like actual like not like actual but like made up actual problems that like. And I don't know, it was just really cool to like learn about stuff that isn't usually taught at that level. Like I did epidemiology, which is like viruses and like the viruses themselves and like studying like how they spread, stuff like that. I don't know, it was a while ago, so I've forgotten some of it. But I just remember like even when we weren't learning stuff, like it was still fun to do because we had like all these activities and stuff. I don't know. But like that was a good example of the schooling education system. And it's sad that like not more people get that opportunity, I feel like, to like learn stuff and do cool things.
Yeah. And since you can be really bad at one subject
and then be like really good at something, I keep like interrupting you, but like
no, yeah, you're good. I mean, it's just like you could be really bad at one subject and then it brings your whole GPA down. Oh, yeah, and then like they put so much pressure on you about the only way you can be successful in life is if you have a 4.0 and you play a sport or whatever, and you have to go to Harvard to, do anything in your life, which is so dumb. Like, you don't need a 4.0. You don't need to be perfect in high school because, like, again, you're just trying to learn, like, life.
You're trying to learn about the world, other people, like, how the world works. I feel like it would be a lot cooler if they taught, like more like social works classes, like sociology, psychology. Like we have AP Psych at our school, which is I'm planning on taking that because I'm interested in that kind of stuff, like how people work. But like I think it'd be more interesting instead of like we learned more about ourselves like introspectively versus like obviously we need to like learn about like the world and stuff like history. I like history. I enjoy history even though I'm not like the best at it or whatever. But like I enjoy it because I'm learning about other people and like why they did the things they did and how that shaped today. And like I find that interesting because like your actions have consequences, whatever. But like, I find that really interesting. And like, it would be cool if we learned like about how other people work, because how people work is how the world works. Bogdan Slavu 2023.
2024.
Oh shoot! I told you I have Alzheimer's.
I don't remember anything I learned last year. To be completely honest.
Okay, all I remember is SDGs. And
from humanities.
Humanities, of course. And Pythagoras. Well, I learned Pythagoras theorem in like
6th grade.
7th, 8th. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Other than that, biology, I learned there's like a bunch of different classifications for stuff. Mitochondria powerhouse of the cell, obviously, all that good stuff. And monkeys were like, we had sex with monkeys or something one time. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever that is. I didn't learn that. I don't know what class he was in.
I don't know. Yeah, no, we Miss Tyrell was crazy.
Bro, I had a good experience with Miss Tyrell.
No, I did too, but like she did talk about like AIDS and stuff and how we.
Yeah, she talked about sex a lot.
Yeah, she was really. Anyways,
I learned I learned more about myself and like the world than I think I learned like just sitting in classes for 8 hours. And I feel like that's what the focus of high school should be, is finding yourself.
They're brainwashing us. They're force feeding the
government.
The agenda. It's being implanted into our brains with 5G.
Yeah. I've taken away more from like being in high school than actually like being in high school, if that makes sense.
Like watching this video, you're gonna get more out of us three talking about like 1.5 years of high school than you will in 1.5 years of high school.
Yeah, it's just like it's so annoying. Like
that's just the best way to put it. It's just like
it's just annoying because I wanna experience life, but I have to like go through algebra 2 and like chemistry when I know I'm gonna do awful at those, because if it includes like any bit of math past algebra 1, then I'm awful at it.
Screwed.
I'm screwed, and like I hate that I'm gonna have so much pressure on me from like my parents and my teachers and stuff, just because like I struggle with subjects that I'm not even gonna have to like worry about. When
do you have an idea of like what you want to do?
Like I want to be like an entrepreneur. Like I want to do my own thing. You know, I want to start my own business and choose my way of successful.
This is a real thing. Like, Anthony said one time. Like he said he wanted to be an entrepreneur and he wanted to do his own stuff. Like whatever. And then after that, he said he's gonna get so much money to build a nuke exactly in the shape of Romania, to the point where it would only affect Romania, just so he could kill all Romanians. Because I don't know. He got it was a joke, but like. Yeah. I know, I can definitely see you like being, because like you're full of ideas and you're like, I'm glazing right now, but like you have good work ethic and like, yeah, you have a good work ethic and you're very driven by yourself, I feel like, and that's a good thing to have, like self-drive, self-motivation, self-discipline.
James, you haven't really talked a lot, dude.
Yeah, I was just listening the whole time.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, the system should be a little bit better. Cause like like you've gone through like elementary, well from like here, you've been through elementary school, you've been through middle school, and like you should know already what you're good at and what you're bad at. Like teachers, when you're introducing yourself, they're always like, oh, what's your favorite subject? Like math or ELA or whatever. And then like I feel like in high school, like you get to choose your classes and stuff, but you still need like 2 core classes. But what I'm thinking is like, sure, you get 2 electives and 2 core classes, but like those core classes have to be like, you need credits for like history, ELA, and all the 4 like science and math. But I feel like once you're through middle school, you already know what you're good and bad at. So like if you're like good at math, then obviously your core classes, you should just be able to choose like math classes, like algebra 2 and pre-cal, maybe like not in the same semester, but like you could still be learning about that instead of learning like history.
Because like the way it works is like, say like for me in my situation, I had algebra 2 in the first half. So everything from algebra 2 is going to get forgotten and replaced with like chemistry and world history AP stuff. And then by the time next year rolls around, like I'm a math guy, I like math. And so like by the time next year rolls around, like I'm literally going to forget everything. I'm not going to remember anything. And I'm going to be like chemistry stuff. Wait, that's not pre-calc. And then I'm gonna fail pre-calc.
I agree with that.
I personally like you know how in middle school we had the eight period schedule some days where like you'd have 8 periods a day, you'd go to all your classes. I like that better for the whole year, because that way you actually get the whole information throughout the whole year.
Yeah. My girlfriend's school does it like
that. I personally like that better, because I feel like you get more information and it's more like, sure, the class is shorter, but like I feel like you'd get more like information and more in depth because they're only covering like one thing at a time, so they're really able to like.
And it's every day.
Yeah, and it's like every day. You're not like forgetting about it. Exactly.
I gotta talk about this for a little bit, and I'm not just saying this because I love history, but I think history, out of all the core classes, maybe English, but honestly, I think history is the most important subject that people don't really care about, because okay, I'm gonna get a little political here for a second. I need to yap for a little bit. So like, history always repeats itself, and the more you go into history, the more you see that, like, we have 2 world wars. Like, that just speaks for itself. Like think, okay, like, we didn't learn from the First World War. We decided to kill 40 million other people in a world war. Like, isn't that like stupid? Okay, sorry guys.
Guys, cancel World War II. Smash that like button.
I'm not gonna go into Israel versus Palestine. I'm not.
Bro, okay.
I'm not going. Hold on. But where I was gonna go with that is yes, core classes are important, and I think some are more important than others, obviously. But I don't think everybody should be forced to take
I agree.
that
You're just mad
stuff.
because you're bad at math.
No, because
bro.
the thing is, like,
I'm kidding.
like if you wanted to take a class, then you're gonna take it, right?
Yeah.
So like,
it's I'm pretty sure it's like scientifically proven that like the more you enjoy doing something, the more you're gonna do it.
yeah, like college is where you like go to like do a job that you want to do. Like if you're gonna do something about like
Engineering or something.
yeah, like engineering or something, you might need like math and science.
You will. But like yeah.
Yeah. And then like at a young age, you'll probably already be good at math or science because you're gonna want to be good at those things to do your future job, right? So like I feel like in high school you shouldn't need to take a history or English class because like you just write a bunch of essays and learn about Christopher Columbus and I don't know. I'm just thinking that like if you're gonna be you enjoy more at what you're good at. So like if you go into college and you choose something that you want to do, you're going to be good at it because that's what you want to do. You're going to have the motivation to do it. You're probably going to have the skills to do it. And you'll probably already be prepared to do it because that's all you've done like your entire high school. You're just preparing. Like you get to like choose your classes and electives and stuff, but you don't need core classes as much as you think you do.
School should be more so about trying to help people find what they're good at and find themselves as like actual people as they're growing up, rather than making us do what everyone else is doing and learning it the same way. I think that's what you're trying to say, right?
That's a really good way to sum it up.
And like to like I said before, I think the core classes are important to a certain extent. Like I think like obviously math is important to a certain extent. Chances are like okay, I haven't done algebra 2 yet, but like chances are I'm gonna 90% of that I'm gonna forget
like
and never use again.
Use like logarithms or
and like geometry, like again, geometry is like so useless. Like I'm probably not gonna use any of that crap. Like
bro, Mr. Milhouse was talking about how like when he was taking geometry, like oh he wasn't a good student in school or whatever, or like he wasn't like a bad one, but he was like top like all A's or whatever. And he was talking to his history or his geometry teacher, and he was like I'm never gonna use this stuff. And he told us there was one time he almost used it. There was one time he almost used it. And that was when he was like laying out tiles in his kitchen. But he just got an app to do that. Like, I feel like a lot of the stuff we're learning is so old. It's like, yeah, that's like, that's what math is like trying, that's what math is trying to teach. Like at its fundamental core, like that's what math is trying to teach us. Trying to teach us steps for problem solving and like how to.
School's trying to teach you. That's what
Yeah, like essentially.
But we
but like
naturally learned that ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe like some people. Maybe we're just like really
No, because
like self. Not what's the word? Like really like egotistic. Like, are we just like
no? Because even if you look
Well,
at
you just
like
naturally like develop and grow as you grow
yeah,
up.
even
Yeah.
and like look at like other animals. Like they don't have schools, but they learn.
Bro,
they learn how to live. Yeah.
They learn
Yeah.
how to live using the core
Like a
like
rabbit.
fundamental
It's like-
things that they need to live,
Exactly.
and then whatever else they learn themselves, like just is just an add-on to that.
yeah.
I'm not saying we're like animals, but okay, like Scandinavia, they have like 4-hour classes, bro, and they score better than us in every single like major test.
I'm gonna research this, back you up, like.
What I've heard about homework is that it was created during the Cold War in order to make students of the U.S. smarter than students in the Soviet Union. And now the Soviet Union is abolished, so why do we need homework? Like what? Like can we be done? Like Germany still does.
Baba Booey.
Like we should stop doing homework. Like okay.
Homework is really dumb and stupid and wastes a lot. Okay,
Something you don't need right
this is perfect segue. Like homework is really dumb and stupid because it takes up time that could be spent like doing the things you actually enjoy and actually want to learn about.
Yeah.
That's more useful. That's not dumb.
Okay, I gotta yap again real quick. Sorry.
Me too.
You
I
can
feel
finish.
like-
Okay,
Not at all.
okay. I mean,
Well, I feel like when you choose a class, we're gonna go back to this again because I feel like this is just like hypothetical because like none of this is actually like real. But like if you like want to do like history because you're good at history, you're gonna do it, and other people are gonna if other people are good at history, then they're gonna do history. So your history class is gonna be a bunch of people that know history. So you're gonna be better. Like your environment's gonna be better.
Hey, you're gonna be challenged because
like right now. You can be like in math class, and this kid, like the kid that sits next to you, can be like Baba Booey and doesn't know math at all. And then, but if you were to be able to choose what you want to do, like if I am good at math, then I'm going to choose math. Other people are going to choose math because they're good at math, right? Yeah. So I'm sitting next to a guy that knows what he's doing. And I can help him, he can help me. And you're both gonna grow. Exactly. And when you like go choose a job, then you're gonna choose something that has to do with math because you like to do math. You're good at it, and people around you are good at math.
Talk your
like sure, like I agree with Anthony, like core classes are good to an extent, but you've gone through kindergarten, first grade, all the way to 8th grade with all those classes, and by then you should know like what you're good at.
I feel like just a very like base point, like the way we do schooling is so inefficient. Like I feel like like James said this earlier, but like by the time you are a freshman in high school, you should know what you're good at. You should know what you like. It doesn't for the most part. Like it doesn't mean you have to be like determined because like that's what I was talking about earlier. It doesn't mean you have to be like dead set on one thing. But you should have like a general consensus. And if the thing is like I feel like if you don't like it, let's say you're like yeah, I'm really into math, okay? And so like you take some math class and you're like I don't really like math, but like you know the core class is like also like science is also part math. So you're like oh we're doing some math and science. Maybe like there's more mathematical science, and then boom you can get into like physics and stuff and chemistry, and then you're like wow I really like science, and then that's how you develop your interest and stuff. But like,
I think it would be better.
I feel like
your teachers.
Bro, we should literally start our own school, Boj Academy right now. I'll teach freaking math. You can teach history. You can teach Chinese. I don't freaking care. Like,
we'll hire the teachers, right? Yeah. And then, but the thing is, like, if we're gonna do this, people are gonna do the classes they want to take,
which means train the teachers ourselves.
Which means like the teachers will have like a better feeling about their class
because
the kids like their class.
And so if the teachers like the students and the students like the teacher and they all have this bond over this common subject they both love, then everything is gonna be exponential growth. We're gonna make billions of dollars.
Exactly.
And then we're gonna make our own country.
And then if that happens in 9th grade, you go into 10th grade and you like science still, so you can go deeper into science. Like you could go marine biology or something that like branches out, and that teacher, you're still in a class with like people that like that subject. Like they like science and they like chose like marine biology. So you're with people that are doing marine biology. Like you just keep going deeper and deeper with the thing you like to do. And you go in college and you get your job and you become a billionaire.
Why do we have to wait until college for something like that to happen? Where everybody just chooses the subject that they pretty much know they're good at, know what they want to do with, and are in a class and with like a teacher with like a common interest in that. Like, why do we have to wait for so long for that? And even then, it's not the best. And honestly, I'm not in college yet, so maybe it is so much better. But from what I've heard, I don't think it is. And going back like way before we started screaming and yelling about making our own school, going back to like homework and how it takes up so much of our time. I'm in that right now. I need a job, okay, and I'm struggling to find a job. I don't really know how to write an application for the most part. Like I'm pretty okay at it. But that's not really what's holding me back from getting a job. But like I need a job. I also need to balance school with homework and like trying to get my crap together so that I'm able to pass like everything.
Like you're passing classes that you don't even like.
Yeah, I don't want to do algebra 2. I don't want to do chemistry. Like I want those 2 periods to be gone so that I have more time to actually get work experience and like collaborate with like people in the workplace. And like I want to go to the gym and stuff. And like maybe I don't want to do football anymore, but now I have to have another core class and I have to have another elective instead of just like having like a free period. So again, I can have more time for my like actual life. It's just school takes up way too much of your life for it to just not be as useful as they want it to be. Like the school system is so outdated and it makes me so mad because I can't really do much about it.
Think about like all the things you use like day-to-day life, like your computer, your phone, your freaking whatever. Like it all gets updated. It all comes out with like new stuff every year. It all like you buy new clothes every year. You buy like not a new car every year, but like when the new car starts to break down, you get a new car. Yeah. Or when the old car starts to break down, you get a new car. Like, you get new things because the old thing was bad or it stopped working or you just didn't like it. Why don't we do that with school? I know there are several, like probably millions of other kids are on this, like in
Probably every student, like ever.
not like every student ever, but like a bunch of people that could easily say like, yeah, I pretty much agree with what these three guys are talking about. And so like, why don't we like develop school more, like update the school, like make better rules, make it more efficient. Like I'm not saying you have to like go out and like hire freaking Albert Einsteins for every subject and like make sure like everyone like, I don't know, is like IQ 230 or whatever, but like just make it like efficient, make it not a waste of time and money. Like you go to school for like depending on what you want to do, and I get like some subjects are like really in depth and you really need all that knowledge about like doctors and stuff. Yes, you need to know like pretty much everything like about the human body if you want to be like a doctor or surgeon or whatever. Exactly, and because you like it, you'll go to school for that and you'll go in depth. So it's not a waste of time to you or money because you like it, you enjoy it, you want to pursue that. So like, why don't we just do that from starting in high school? Why do we have to wait until college to do that? Like I've heard college is a lot more freedom, like even more so than high school. It's a lot more freedom. You get to pick a lot more of your own, like truly pick a lot more of your own classes and like start kind of your own path or whatever. But like I feel like it's too late at that point.
And like the pressure to choose what college, like, oh, if you don't go to like an Ivy League school, then you're not gonna be as good as the person that went to like a community college.
I feel like that's bullcrap. Like,
and then student loans and stuff like that. All that stuff is.
I feel like literally like if we just had like a base level of school all around the country, we call it not average, but like average university or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
And like everyone gets
mid university.
call it like mid university, and like everyone like they have mid courses, not like mid like as in bad, but they have like courses that like everyone likes, like everyone like needs for their profession or that are interested in like careers they want to pursue. And then maybe we need like a new school, like after high school you have like mid university. It's like pre-college.
No, our high school can be middle school.
Our high school needs to be the pre-college.
Yeah.
Or like the first 2 years.
Cause like think about it. Like elementary school for the first 3 years, it was fine, and then like the last 2, it was an introduction to middle school basically, and the middle school was an introduction to high school. High school is not an introduction to college.
It's way different. I guess. I think 90% of people.
I don't think
say that college was their favorite like experience.
Maybe we're just like Well, all we know right now is high school sucks from experience. Yeah. So far, like I'm not saying like
because of classes,
the people themselves, like the experiences, the memories, obviously all that is fun, but like the way that it's organized is poo-poo, and we need to make it better and update it, just like make it better. Yeah. School, we need school too. Yeah, we need school too.
Like I feel like an example is like say like my mom, she's like a librarian. Okay, we'll take my dad because my dad's an engineer, right? So he's an IT, I guess. So he needs to like have math skills. He's really good at math, and he likes science, I guess. But the thing is, like, he sucks at English. So he didn't choose a job that needs English. But like, I feel like in school, like if you ever need help with homework, say if I need like English help, my dad went to school, right? For English, right? Because that's a core class. But if I go to him and need help, he's still not going to be able to help me because he's not good at that. Like same thing with my mom. Like if I go to my mom for math because I need math, she's not going to be able to help me because she doesn't remember. But then people are going to be like, well, didn't she go through the same experience, like being able to like do math and all the core classes at once? And then now we're here talking about how the core classes, like not all of them are useful to you. Like my mom doesn't need math to do her job. So if I go ask her about math, she's not going to know, because even though she's gone through like her whole childhood from, I don't know, the age of 0 to like through college, she's still not going to be able to like do this math because she doesn't need it. Like your job might not need it. And that's just like a common example.
I'm going to wrap this up because we're starting to like talk about the same thing over and over again. Yeah. But I want to end this with like, we're losing a lot of innovation in people now, and we're leaving too much power to the people with innovation. I'm not saying kill and eat all billionaires, but I'm just saying a majority of billionaires are the ones that know how to innovate, and they didn't learn how to innovate from school. They learned how to innovate from their own intelligence and their own way of learning, and by creating experience early on. And I think a way to save, or I'm not saying our society is collapsing, but I think a way to improve our society, improve culture, improve like America, is by creating a school system that can build on innovation and trying to build actual life experience early on, instead of just giving us the same stuff our grandparents learned. Maybe not that far, but people back then learned. And I think that's all today. I think we said a lot.
Maybe we're just full of crap, and maybe we're really dumb, or maybe like we said something that kind of resonated with you. I don't know, but it's not like we can really do anything about it.
You're right. School should only be able to let you do what you want to do.
Actually, no, I am saying
I'm gonna go tell my school board that.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, shut up.
Thanks for listening to us. Hopefully we'll
do more of this, because this was good.
This was fun.
Part 2 on a different topic.
Maybe we'll actually have a podcast name. Or
what should we name this?
I have no idea, but thank you for listening.
If you made it all the way to the end, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you have anything that you want us to talk about, or like any questions you want us to answer, comment on the video. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, share with people and other intelligent life forms. I'm gonna try and put this on Spotify, so check the description for a Spotify link. More coming soon.